trawler that was lost at Spurn Point. Now, when the Saltaire ran aground in 1939, the crew were safely rescued, but the trawler herself was abandoned to the seas and forgotten. Here's Loveday Kitto.
For nearly 70 years, the wreck of the Saltaire has remained where it ran aground after fierce storms in October 1939. Every few years, the sands of Spurn Point shift, tantalisingly revealing parts of the trawler hidden below, then hiding them away again. Today, all you can see is the old boiler, and it's this that a local history group, Hidden Holderness, want to salvage and put on display.
Well, the boiler house would actually be just underneath the smokestack here. These are the engine room hatches, and the boiler that we can see behind us would be underneath there. The rest of the wreck is actually underneath, somewhere beneath our feet. We can't touch that, and that's best left there. But I think we can rescue this bit so that people can actually visit it without having to come across the dunes and round the point.
The Saltaire, seen stranded here, was one of the first war services for the Humber lifeboat. The crew were actually rescued twice by coxswain Robert Cross and his team as they returned to the ship, only to be hit by another storm. The lifeboat crew received RNLI medals for safely rescuing all on board. Members of Hidden Holderness think the Saltaire should be celebrated as a symbol of the area's maritime history. The Yorkshire Wildlife Trust, which owns the land, says it wants to make sure if the salvage operation does go ahead, it's done properly.
As long as the salvage companies are aware, as I'm sure they will be, that it's such an important site, a site of scientific national interest and a national nature reserve, and any salvage operation has to be handled with a certain sensitivity accordingly, then the Trust will be fine.
So after nearly 70 years buried deep beneath the sands at Spurn, part of the Saltaire may find it has a very public resting place in the future where it can hide no longer.
Yeah,